I think when I saw this bucket list, I was thinking to myself, like, how does a tongue twister, bucket
A
list,
bucket.
bucket list look like? Like, so, I don't know. You all got bucket lists. Do you all have bucket lists?
I think there's a few things that I'd like to do before I die. Yes.
Yeah, so that's a bucket
Yeah,
list,
that's a
right?
bucket list.
But then, so I've always had a bucket list from years, but mine has changed like over the years.
Okay.
Yeah, so obviously I've added to it. I've ticked off things on there that I didn't know that I wanted to do, but now, so scuba diving
Okay.
was
You had
this,
it. Yeah,
yeah,
you've done
was
it and you was
something-
like,
yeah.
Yeah.
But I remember years ago we were in Jamaica, and I remember they were doing the training for the scuba diving, and that's when I remember them telling you it stands for self-contained underwater breathing apparatus.
Okay.
See, my little
That's
bit
it.
that I remember,
Okay.
scuba. And I remember just thinking, I'd love, but I remember thinking, there's no way I could do that.
Why?
Because I don't like underwater.
Oh, okay.
I don't like underwater,
Okay.
so.
But you wouldn't see the fish.
I
I know, but you said it was on your bucket list. I'm just trying to.
Yeah,
No,
no,
she's
no,
saying later on,
Oh,
like
later
now.
on.
later on.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Fast
what I'm
forward
saying. So
30,
it wasn't
40
on, it was
years.
when I did it,
Yeah.
Right.
I was like, yeah, this is, I can tick this off my bucket list because
Right.
it's something that I'd seen people doing, and I just thought there was no way I could do it. And even up until when obviously Audrey was there, when I got in the water before we did it, I nearly didn't do it because it was
She nearly was a
an
number
amazing, one of the best experiences of my life.
Okay.
I mean, it's when you go down and then it's just silent.
5.
It's so like
It's like you're in slow motion, isn't
yeah.
it?
And I just wasn't ready. They didn't explain that. They didn't say that to me, and I thought it would still be noisy.
Yeah.
So yeah,
About that.
I
So,
suppose
but-
they haven't. They didn't say it. So then, when people do go down there,
Yeah,
they
yeah,
can
yeah.
thinking,
Yeah.
"Wow, this
Yeah.
is like
Yeah.
that silence, that
It's
experience."
like you move.
is.
It's like you're moving into another world, which I guess you are.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
but when you immerse yourself, and then it's like,
Yeah.
and the fish are.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
you're moving slow like them, and
But it's done. But that's ticked off my bucket list. And I always wanted to do the pyramids, which was obviously what Mum and Dad
yeah,
did.
Okay.
that was
Oh,
that
yeah,
was
that was
Yeah,
mine.
that's one of the
Yeah.
things that I want to do. I
Yeah.
haven't done yet. But, yeah, I would like
But
to.
yeah, I think I've got other stuff on there that I kind of look at, and then I know we're obviously speaking. But I looked at it there and I was like, I'm not
can
going
come
to. So
off.
I've got the marathon on there. It's been on
Okay.
there for years, but I just don't think it's ever good. I don't think it's going to happen.
Never say never.
Exactly.
Never say never, Ver.
I don't know. I
You
don't
never.
know.
Just like how you didn't think you'd ever do the scuba diving. You never
Yeah,
know.
but the way that this back end and my knees and I don't know. But I've always wanted to do that. I've always wanted to do a marathon. Not even the London marathon, a marathon.
Okay.
Always,
Well,
yeah.
maybe just do a half marathon, and you know.
We'll see. But yeah, what's on yours? You got any, what's
I think
or what they'd
one
like
of
to share?
my things that I had on my bucket list was swimming with the dolphins, and then when I actually came to, like, Laurel surprised me with, you know, swimming with the dolphins. I thought, I didn't know if I really wanted to do it anymore. You know, it was scary. I was nervous from the time he said it till the time we were actually doing it, and I was trying to be brave and all of that, but it could have gone really bad the day, but it went really good.
But
because
isn't that a bit of a coincidence that you both done things that you wanted to do on your bucket list, but they're both things that you a bit anxious about?
Yeah,
It's like an
yeah.
anxious excitement, but I want to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I do
Yeah.
think, you know, as you get older, you're not as brave as you were when you were young. You know, I think when you're younger,
You're
you're like,
wiser.
yeah, I'm going to do it, and I'm going to.
You're
you
wiser,
know,
you're
but-
more sensible, I guess.
Yeah.
Even when I was young, I was always cautious. I wouldn't say I was brave. I was always cautious.
Yeah, but I think that was definitely one thing. I think one of the things that I haven't done that I would like to do is to fly a plane. I would like to take flying
Really?
lessons. Yeah. I think
Oh,
I'd like to fly a
wow.
plane.
I can actually see you doing that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think.
So
I
Dad
can see
wanted
Cleo
to do.
doing
No,
that.
Dad wanted to do that.
Really?
He wanted to
I
fly.
can
Yeah,
see
yeah.
that.
One of my things which I would obviously it was on my list, but it never happened. I always wanted to fly on Concorde.
Yes,
Oh,
me
yeah.
too.
Me
Me
too.
too.
I was
yeah.
so
I wanted
sad
to
when,
do
yeah.
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 I was so
Yeah.
disappointed
Yeah, me too.
when they took
Yeah.
that
Crossed
out.
it off.
Yeah.
Crossed it off.
Yeah.
Well, I always wanted to go on the Nile. And when
we did
yeah,
it though.
we done it. Yeah,
of
we
course,
done it.
yeah.
And it's funny because it's kind of surreal, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
When you get to do something you've always wanted to do, and I'm like, I'm actually on the River Nile. You know, it's the Nile and the pyramids. I don't know why. It's like something from. It's like a what do they call it? A fable out the Bible, and it's something you heard of. And it's like it's somewhere that you'll never get to, but you know you can get there. So when you're actually there and like being by the pyramids and then the Nile, it was like I don't know, I can't even explain it, but it's such a fulfilling feeling.
Yeah, definitely.
But I've always wanted to do the 7 wonders of the world.
Right.
Yeah, and I think I'm
yeah.
getting there.
You don't like Niagara Falls is one, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the rest.
Niagara
but I
Falls
know
is one. The Great Wall of China. I want to do that.
Okay.
The Grand Canyon is one I know that I want to
Have
do.
you done that?
No,
Okay.
no.
Okay.
And I've always wanted to go to the continents, or each of the continents.
continents.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
And I know this year I'll be doing Australia.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and yeah, almost there.
There.
Yeah.
Ange.
I think for me, one of the things that I've always said I wanted to do when I was younger was go on safari.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Um,
That's another one of mine as
and I did get the chance. I was when I was working, traveling a lot. I did get the chance to do it. I did the day one. They did offer me to do overnight in tents. I was like, oh no. That's why I said no.
What country was it?
Tanzania.
Tanzania. I thought so.
Tanzania,
Okay.
yeah. And it was amazing. We got there early morning, and even I remember having breakfast, and you've got the giraffes drinking out of the river, you got the hyenas, you got the monkeys coming over to you.
What?
And then when we were driving around, it's one of those jeeps, so it opened.
Yeah.
So they would stop if I wanted to take pictures and so forth. So I had my camera, and I remember it was a babaya tree, which is like thousands of years old, beautiful tree. I said I want to take a picture of this tree. So the branches were hanging over, and I remember standing up, about to take the picture, and suddenly I'd have screamed. This massive boa constrictor snake was just coiled around, but the branch was actually hanging over us. So I was thinking, if it drops down, it drops inside. So I remember, it's like my colleague at the time, he was like, Angela, what's wrong? I said, it's a snake. It's a boa constrictor as well, because when I zoomed in, because obviously I was trying to get this nice. So I remember the driver just driving forward. But yeah, I mean, like overall, it was a great day. And I think one of the other, it wasn't planned work. It was when I went to Rwanda, I got to go up in the kind of area to see the gorillas. The wild, now that one, we didn't know that we were going. It was our last day. We were flying out like that evening, and they said they're taking us out. So I thought, okay. I wasn't even wearing the right footwear.
Don't tell me you had on heels.
I mean, I had on like at least wedge heels. But they said we're taking us out. I mean, it's like you think that they would have said we're taking you up into the mountains, like. And I remember thinking, oh my, John, taking us, because I knew that when I finished, I said, that's why my shoes. Couldn't not with me, but the experience. I remember you had to be quiet, and they found a group of them, and you just saw them like the little young ones and everything, and it was amazing.
Yeah.
So, and the other thing I remember having on my list was as well going on a helicopter.
That's on my list as well.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
on
I
mine.
would
And
like to
have you done that?
I did
Have
do
you
it.
have you all got quite long lists? Because we've mentioned a couple of things,
Yeah,
but
yes and no. But I think, as you said, it kind of changes as you get older. But the helicopter one, I remember when being in Jamaica. Remember when we went from 1979, and you remember in Ochi they used to have. I don't know if you remember. There used to be a helicopter that you could go for rides on.
In Jamaica?
Jamaica.
No, I don't remember.
I remember that, and
Okay.
I'm thinking I wouldn't mind going on a helicopter, and that's why I had that on my bucket list.
Yeah,
Always
yeah.
said I wanted to do it, and I remember by fluke away for work, Tanzania,
Okay.
and they needed me to go to Zanzibar, and he said, "Oh, I'm arranging a what's the slang word for the bicycles? Chopper." He said, "I'm going to arrange a chopper for you." So I'm thinking, chopper. I said, "It can't be a bike." Can't be a bike. But I'm thinking helicopter. I'm like thinking. So after the meeting, I said to my colleague John, I said, "John, when he said chopper."
What,
He
helicopter?
said, "What helicopter?" He goes, "Well, I hope so, because I hope it's not a bike." And I remember, they came to collect us. This helicopter was there. They put me at the front, John at the back, got the headphones on. But the floor was like a transparent, like a glass.
like the CN Tower. Oh my gosh!
When it went up and over the ocean,
Don't look down.
I felt sick.
Yeah.
And I remember looking back, I remember looking at John, and he said, "You all right?" And I just I need to close my eyes.
Yeah.
But it was, I said, the few times I opened up my eyes a bit, but I thought,
Yeah.
You've done it now, right?
I've done it.
Yeah.
And I had to go on it to come back again.
Yeah.
But I did it, and I thought, okay, it's an experience. And
That was, as you say that reminds me of when, and this is going back, let me think, 27 years. I think 27 years, when we went to Jamaica for our honeymoon, and we were staying in Ochi at Couples.
okay.
And they had just opened the one in Negril. And they said, we could go across there for, I don't know, for 2 nights or whatever. They'd arranged for us to go there. And it was obviously it was at the Boscobel. This is, as I said, this is 27 years, whatever years ago. I remember they took us from the hotel Couples to the Boscobel airport. And when I saw the plane, now remember, we're used to private plane, but when
used to
I
jumbo
saw
jet.
the plane, I mean, I looked at Paul, I was like, the plane, it took, and we flew, remember from Canada to America, we flew on one of those small planes, like, I don't know, 20 people, right? There were 4 people. It's 4 seats, 2 pilots, myself and Paul.
Oh my.
There might as well be a helicopter.
Listen. Let me tell you something. When I mean,
Because that was 3.
I was in shock because I was in shock, and Paul was like, "It's fine." And I remember just, remember there's no life jacket. I mean, it's tiny. It's so small.
You're thinking that,
yeah,
does
it's
your
like,
insurance cover this?
listen. I remember looking and
And
you
the risk assessment was done.
I remember, and the flight is, I think it was like 35 or 20. It's not, you think of a 4 hour, it used to be like 4 hours back then, the drive. But it was, I think it was half an hour. I remember you just over the sea, and I just remember looking in the sea and just thinking about the boys. I remember just thinking about the boys the whole time, just thinking, I just hope that I would get there safely. And you know that when it was time to come back, I said, we drove back.
All right.
I was like, I'm not going back on that. It was
So
it
you
was
didn't
so
feel
stressful.
safe?
No, it didn't. No, it's because it's tiny. It's a tiny.
know.
It's
I
almost
thought
like a car.
I took
It
a
was,
connecting flight to New York from Charlotte, and I remember it was the same time. It was about 2 weeks after 2011, and I took the boys. And when I saw the seat number, it was like number 8. I was like, yes, we're at the front. when I got on that plane, there was like 10 rows. So we were at the back.
Yeah.
And that was one of the worst flights that I took because, again, it was in the storm and it rocked to the left and it rocked to the right. And I just, and you know, like the kids are looking at you. And I tell you, black woman, but my knuckles were white. It was one of the worst trips, you know.
Yeah.
And that's the smallest plane that I've been on.
Yeah.
So,
So you imagine 4 seats, so I said 2 pilots, myself on 4. What the worst?
It's
the worst.
interesting you saying that because I said I wasn't. It's like I was nervous with the helicopter going, but I didn't have a choice. I had to take it coming back. The only alternative was a ferry, and the reason why the police force had organised the helicopter was because there's always high risk of
like that
hijack.
not just hijacking, it sinking.
capsizing.
Sinking, yeah.
Wow.
So it was like,
Yeah. You done
and
if
it
you
was
do, you
meant to
done
be
if
like
you
a
don't.
3-hour journey to get back from Zanzibar to Tanzania or something like that. So it was like, I'll jump in the helicopter.
I mean,
I closed my eyes.
Yeah. I was like, I'm not closing my eyes coming back. I was like, I'll do that. And as I said, and I'm sure it was it took 4 hours. It took so long, but I was just like, I'll do
long.
it. Yeah, I'll take the slot because
That's long.
yeah, it wasn't good for me. For me arm. It wasn't.
But funny you saying about the safari because that's on my bucket list.
Okay.
Oh, really?
And I'm going to the Gambia this year, and Senegal is next to the Gambia, isn't it?
That's
and
right.
I've been doing my research, so
Yeah, that's right.
that's
Senegal,
another one that's going to
that's
be
right.
ticked
Senegal
off
got the big
this year.
safari.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I've got a few things on there that I look at, and I think some that I think are maybe out of my control. That you know, because one of them is I want to be a grandparent. That's on my bucket list. Which is, it's on my bucket list. It's always been on my
Yeah.
bucket
You hear
list.
that? You hear that?
Cameraman.
Cameraman not listening. Yeah, that's on my bucket list. I mean, you know what is on there, which I thought about it when we would obviously knew is that there's 2 people that were meant to help me fulfill this one, but it hasn't happened. I am yet to see a baby being born.
Yes, it's funny
Yeah.
you say that, Bert,
Yeah.
because that is something that I would
Have
like.
you not seen a baby born?
No.
See, I was meant to for cash run, remember?
I had the
Yes,
pleasure.
yes,
So
I
yes.
had the pleasure of seeing.
Oh, my
Yeah.
first grandson,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
saw, and I cut the
the cord.
umbilical
Yeah,
cord,
that's been on
I've
my
got
that's been on
one
my list.
daughter, so
Yeah.
it's gonna have to be.
Yeah. Well, no, well, I had 2 friends that said, yeah, when I've they still haven't had babies. So,
Oh right.
so
Yeah, I was hoping to see Omar, but it didn't work like that.
Yeah, same with Castro. I was hoping to see, but by the time I got there, but I hear it's like
Yeah.
this.
I
Yeah.
would definitely
I
do that.
actually remember because you had your own room and everything.
Yeah.
You were there with Cleo?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like I was a birthing partner, but and I always remember just to slightly go back. That day, you know, when you wake up in the morning and as soon as you wake up, you want to go back to bed. And I had to go to work, and I'm like, I can't wait to come home. I'm tired. Got home, had my shower, got into the bed,
Oh.
thinking yes. And then the phone rings. And I answer the phone, and Claire said, "Angie, it's happening now. You need to make me at least." This is me now. I'm tired. She goes, "You're tired." But being there and seeing my little Ramirez being born,
Oh, man.
I remember saying to you that I need to use the
Yes, so-
bathroom
yeah.
because you had your own, and I didn't. I just went in there and I sat down and I just went
Oh, okay.
because it was just
Overwhelming,
Was,
it's-
it was overwhelming.
Yeah.
It was so overwhelming to see it. It
Yeah.
was,
It
really
and I just
is.
needed that time.
It's like
I
you're
needed
just
time.
witnessing a miracle.
Yeah.
Mm.
And I remember just thinking, okay, and then I came back out again. So okay.
Oh,
But it
yeah.
was,
That's been on my bucket list.
We are veering
forever.
off a little bit though.
Yeah,
but
no,
speaking
But it's
about
still- but it's
no,
on
no,
the bucket
no,
list.
I'm veering off
Yeah.
again. Just speaking about that, having the children. When I was decluttering this week, I found my. It's the nurses' notes that they posted to me about my delivery with Lamar.
Oh,
You know, he's.
Oh, 'cause-
They shouldn't have sent it. Well, when I apparently when my aunt read it, who's a midwife, she's like, "This is not for you." This is like, and I said, "Well, I'm keeping that," you know. But I think when I read it at the time, I didn't, you know, when you scan read, you know. But this time I read it, and it was like from when it's like blow by blow every 3 minutes because it's got when I was admitted. How I think I got there like at 10 past 11 and he was born at 11:44, so it was very quick, but a lot of things happened and it was like 2 minutes, 3 minute, one, you know. And you know, the cord is around the neck, the nurse is taking the cord off, the baby has what's it,
Meconium
aspiration, you know. And when I read it all, it was like, because obviously I know what happened, but when you see it, and I was like, Lamar is a miracle baby.
Yeah.
He's a miracle baby because honestly,
Yeah.
that they worked, and then it's like they took him away, and reading it, all the emotion from 20, what is he going to be, 29 years ago, just came back because I remembered how I felt. It's a miracle. The child is here. He's been swept away. The placenta they had broken up or something, and they had to get a doctor in.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Stirrups, surgery. Still don't see the baby until, you know, like hours later, and it's all. And I read it, and the tears just rolled down my face, and I was like, oh, I forgot that big old child. Yeah, but he was a miracle baby, and a lot of people did a lot of good stuff to keep him in the soil. And I remember his consultant, because there was even a bit in there, Nordia just went to see the baby, and she's come back and she's very upset because they're going to move, the suggestion of moving him to King's College. And we're going to find out and report back to her. And Ray came to visit Nord. You know, it's very detailed. And I didn't read, as I said, I thought, what's all this? And I remember Aunt Sivrat reading it. She said, because it said like lost how much blood, and they measured it. She said, hold them know that. or they can measure the blood. You know. But yeah, it's very detailed, but it just takes you back to a time that is so private and individual for the mothers.
Yes.
Because it's a traumatic thing.
It can be. It can be. Yeah. It can be.
Well, have you ever met any woman that said it was a lovely experience?
Well, I think more and more.
Yeah.
Lovely?
Yeah. Some.
No, sir. Even if it's not as hard. I mean, some of them are worse, but lovely.
I was going to say lovely.
I think so. I think because maybe you get some women who have so
afterwards
Cassidy,
it's lovely.
no, but so with Cassidy, you got to bear in mind he was my third baby. So when I got to hospital, I will never forget I got to hospital at 9. I know I had him within the hour of getting to the hospital because I was fully dilated when I got there. And that birth for me, and he was 10-7, remember? The birth was not a piece of cake, but it wasn't. No, but it wasn't hard.
You're built for that.
You're
built for that. I know I'm not built for that.
My third one, I remember crying, right?
It was fine.
I remember crying and saying, I've done it before, but I just can't do it this time. And I was so serious because I just thought I can't do it.
That was Devontae's birth. I remember saying to Paul, I was like, I got to go now. I got to go. Because I wanted to take myself out of the situation. It's like, I can't really explain to you, but the pain was
So that's why you're not
Exactly.
describing it as lovely. That's what
Yeah, the pain was. Remember, Devontae was OP, so his back was to my back. Even when I think of it now, it makes me feel
Well,
weak. Like,
O'Neill's big head.
I think we should maybe do
Another
a
a
birth
separate.
experience.
Yeah,
yeah,
because honestly,
Because-
and you know what would be good with a birth experience? I think, like us as older mums, and maybe someone
younger.
give
yeah,
advice,
someone that's given
yeah.
birth
Yeah.
in the last, I don't know,
because their
5
experience
years.
must have
Yeah,
changed.
of course, it
And
should be.
also the fact that it's documented that black women have a completely different
Different
experience
Yeah, yeah,
yes.
yeah.
in this NHS of
Yeah.
ours.
Yeah, with
Yeah.
Chaba. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so we'll
Yeah.
come back to that.